right?
Yes.
You see all your fights and stuff? All your knockouts is spectacular. Know what that means? All this good stuff happening to you. Know what that means? That you're favored by God. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know that, right? But this is something that you may not know too. When you're favored by God, you're also favored by the devil. He's coming for you too. So you just gotta be strong and stay on the right side. Whose side you gonna go on? He's gonna give you power too. He's gonna get in your head too, but it's whose side you gonna stay with. You stay with who brought you here. You go home with the guy that brought you to the dance. You know?
Talk Nation, we back at it. Shout out to Gervonta, Tank Davis. Shout out to Ryan Garcia for getting this fight done, signed, sealed, and in 2023 it shall be delivered. But Tank Davis has a fight coming up January 7th. Who will he fight? We have no idea. But Tank is in the gym. Tank is training. Shout out to Coach Calvin. Shout out to the team. Shout out to the Rise Podcast, man. Salute to you, brothers. God bless. If you are a hard-working individual, smash that like button, man. Your boy been working like crazy. That's why I ain't dropped. But guess what? We back. We back at it. And this fight is going to be super explosive. Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis will be the most dynamic, explosive, destructive puncher that he has ever faced. Ryan Garcia, he will be the fastest puncher that Tank Davis has ever faced. And with speed comes power. Ryan Garcia got some power. He's the taller opponent in this fight, has the range, has the speed, but will he be able to utilize it? Tank Davis is a phenomenal boxer, and by him being the shorter competitor, he will use that to his advantage, and he's going to get on the inside and do damage. Look for Tank Davis to go to the body in this fight. This is going to be a great, great fight. This may shake up some people, but I gotta honestly say, man, it's not Tank. It got to be Devin Haney, man. It got to be Haney, man. He got the belts. He got the straps. He's undisputed. He beat Cambosis not once but twice. Went over there and did his thing not once but twice. You know what I mean? You got to give Devin Haney his props. You got to. If you want to say Tank Davis, you know what I mean? Because it's really not a popularity contest, and a lot of people believe that it is. But you know what? That's how fans are going to think. But you have to respect the scraps. Because if you're a boxer, man, what you fighting for? Naturally, you fight for the cash. You're a prize fighter. But at the end of the day, you're fighting to become a champion. And it's one thing to become a champion. It's one thing to become a unified champion. But once you become an undisputed champion, that's a whole different ball game. That puts you in a whole different league. When they look at your name in the history books, yes, you have been a champion. Yes, you have been a unified champion. And now you are also an undisputed champion. You are checking all of the boxes. Devin Haney, man, he deserves his credit. He deserves his flowers. And I will not sit up here and say Devin Haney is not the best lightweight just because he is not winning a popularity contest. I'm sorry, not in my book, not on my channel. I cannot do that. I will not disrespect Devin Haney like that. But at the same time, man, I love Tank Davis, man. Phenomenal young talent. Phenomenal young talent. And you know what? But Tank, he most certainly can be undisputed as well. You know what I mean? He has the skills. He has the boxing ability. And you know he has the power, volcanic power. You know what I mean? But let me tell y'all something, man. Power and everything. You got to have skill because when you are the puncher of the, you know what I mean? When you're the puncher of the fight, guess what? You know what I mean? You got to outbox the puncher. When you're a boxer, sometimes you got to outpunch the boxer. But when you have both of these attributes, you're a fantastic boxer and you have power. That's something different. You're a whole different animal. That's taking things to a whole nother level. And that is what Ryan Garcia is going to face when he faces Gervonta Tank Davis. You're fighting somebody who is a fantastic boxer. You're fighting somebody with the high boxing IQ. You're fighting somebody that has explosive power that can knock you out. Forget knocking you down. Tank can knock you out. And being as though Ryan Garcia is a taller fighter, man, that's really not guaranteeing the win. Leo Santa Cruz was giving Tank a little run for his money. But then Leo Santa Cruz, he got a little bit careless. He started getting a little bit lethargic throwing those shots. But guess what? Tank, what did he do? Slipped that thing, dipped that thing like a chip and sauce. He came up, caught Leo Santa Cruz with the inside uppercut, put Leo Santa Cruz to sleep. Yeah, Leo Santa Cruz folded up in the corner like a lawn chair in the summertime. Let me tell y'all something, man. Ryan, he wanted this fight. He talked a lot of crap. You know what I mean? De La Hoya, he talked a lot of crap. But you know what, man? Shout out to, you know what I mean? Golden Boy, shout out to The Zone, Eddie Hearn and Company. They got this fight done. Shout out to the PBC and Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather. They got this fight done. Because for real, Crawford, you know what I mean? I mean, that really kind of put a black eye on things because it's like, man, these guys, if you're the top guys of the sport, you have to fight the best. There's nothing wrong with fighting who they put in front of you, but eventually, once your name start to get popping, once you get notoriety, just like the Canelo Alvarez, when you can start saying, you know what, I want to fight this guy, you have to start fighting pound for pound the best of your division. You have to. You got to start getting those notable names under your belt and checking them off of that list. So when people start talking about legacy and who did he fight and when was he challenged, did he get tested, has he been down, can he take a punch? Guess what, man? When you can check all those boxes, man, what can they say? Because people are always going to have something to say. People are always going to hate. But that's what you got to do. You got to feed the haters, man. You got to give them something to talk about. And Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia is something to talk about in the lightweight division. It's something to talk about. But just to, you know what I mean, just to pull over to the side of the road real quick, I wonder who Tank Davis is going to fight January 7th. I wonder who he's going to fight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I would love to see Tank Davis and Pitbull Cruz too. That would be super explosive. That would be phenomenal. And then to see that fight, and then for Tank to go on and fight Ryan Garcia, you're talking about two top-tier fights. And don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Pitbull Cruz, he's a tough competitor. He's a tough competitor.
I don't even know what to say, bro.
Before Tank Davis the first time, Tank Davis said it himself, he may not have won tonight, but guess what? Tonight a star was born. And guess what it was? Since that fight, Pitbull Cruz has been on a tear. You know what I mean? Obliterating his opponents. Pitbull Cruz is a problem in the lightweight division, and he will be a champion. Don't get it twisted. Pitbull Cruz has the goods to be a champion. He's tough. He's a great puncher. Has power. You know what I'm saying? His head. That's all he gotta have. Is that, I mean, that damn head. His head is like a damn ball. You know what I'm saying? Bowling ball. That's how Tank hurt his hand. You know what I'm saying? He uses his head literally in the fight as far as his defensive capabilities. You know what I'm saying? So when you fight Pitbull Cruz, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? Because once he tucks in that guard and drops his head, you got to be careful when you slipping the punches on the top of his head because you might break your damn hand. Pitbull Cruz got a head like daggone adamantium. You know what I mean? Shout out to Wolverine. But Ryan Garcia, man, his speed is going to be difficult for Tank to overcome. But timing beats speed. And Tank does have good timing. Tank does have good footwork. And Coach Calvin said it himself plenty of times. You know what? We haven't seen the best version of Tank Davis yet. So with the elevated competition, maybe we're going to see something dynamic from Tank Davis other than a dynamic knockout. Maybe we're going to see him put on a top-level, top-tier boxing performance. You always got to be careful when you fight Tank because he's a great boxer, but at the same time, he has that power. And if he catches you, he's going to hurt you. He's going to drop you, or he's going to knock you out. So you got to be careful what you get hit by. I tell you guys all the time, I learned this lesson when I was young. Coming up, my uncle told me this lesson a long time ago. You got to pick and choose what you get hit by. You get hit by something, just don't get hit by a brick wall. If you get hit, you run into that brick wall, man, that might be over. That might be good night. That might be the end of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Lord, God forbid, that might be the end of your life. Because in boxing, man, this shit is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? I mean, one fight, one punch can change your career, can change your life. Forget the end of the night. So that's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a dangerous fight. Who knows how that fight will end, man? You know what I'm saying? But going into 2023, man, that's a great fight to talk about, a great fight to build up, and a great fight to broadcast. Because you know what? Tank is going to be talking. Ryan Garcia is going to be talking. Ryan Garcia has already been talking. So, you know what I mean? From going on hot boxing with Mike Tyson, talking about he's going to knock Tank out in 2 rounds and 3 rounds and all that. Guess what? If Ryan Garcia is able to basically execute Tank Davis and get him out of there in 2 rounds, you're talking about not only an upset, but you're talking about something that is groundbreaking. Nobody has ever put on a performance like that and did anything even relatively close to that to Tank Davis. So if Ryan Garcia can actually step up and go into this fight and hurt Tank Davis or knock down Tank Davis or knock out Tank Davis, you're talking about a superstar will be born in the lightweight division. Talk with your stand up with your boy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Put your thoughts in the comments. Put your hearts in the comments. Don't put your soul as God's property. Talk with your stand up with your boy. Holla at your boy, P.